Gentlemen, your health, your strength, and your vitality are not accidents, they're the result of the choices you make every single day. Every bite you take is either fueling your masculinity, or slowly draining it away. Most men have no idea that some of the fruits they eat daily thinking they're healthy are silently sabotaging their testosterone levels. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the 5 fruits that can secretly weaken your manhood, and revealing 2 powerful alternatives that can help reignite your inner fire. Let's dive in. First, understand this. Testosterone isn't just about muscles or bedroom performance. It's the hormone that drives your confidence, your focus, your energy, and your ability to live with purpose. But when your diet works against you, your body's natural production of testosterone plummets and the results can be devastating. Low energy, mood swings, declining strength, loss of drive. These changes don't happen overnight, they creep in slowly, almost invisibly. Now, here's the shocking truth. There are 5 common fruits sitting in your kitchen that may seem innocent, but they're loaded with compounds that disrupt your hormonal balance. Some spike insulin, forcing your body into fat storage mode and lowering free testosterone. Others contain natural chemicals that mimic estrogen, tipping the scales away from masculinity. Over time, these fruits don't just affect your body, they affect your mind, your performance, and your future. But here's the good news. Nature also provides solutions. There are 2 powerful fruits often overlooked that can naturally support testosterone production. These are packed with key nutrients, antioxidants, and natural compounds that help keep your hormones in check. They nourish your body, stabilize your blood sugar, and give your system the raw materials it needs to keep your T levels thriving. Imagine waking up each morning with sharper focus, stronger energy, and a renewed sense of power, not because of some miracle pill, but because you made smarter choices about what goes on your plate. This is the difference between drifting through life and taking control of it. The first key point is all about awareness and taking responsibility for what goes into your body. Most men drift through their daily routines without ever stopping to question whether the foods they eat are supporting their hormonal health or silently working against them. This lack of awareness creates a dangerous blind spot. You might wake up feeling tired, lose focus halfway through the day, or notice that your drive and strength are slipping, but you chalk it up to getting older. In reality, it's often the result of years of unknowingly feeding your body the wrong fuel. Becoming aware is like turning on the light in a dark room. Suddenly, you see the patterns that were hiding in plain sight. The fruits you thought were harmless might be loaded with sugar that spikes your insulin, causing your testosterone levels to drop over time. Others might contain natural compounds that mimic estrogen, slowly shifting your hormonal balance. Once you understand this, you can no longer ignore it. Awareness gives you the power to make intentional choices instead of accidental ones. It shifts you from being a passive participant in your health to becoming the driver of your destiny. This isn't about restriction or fear, it's about owning your power. Every time you pick up a piece of fruit, every time you plan a meal, you are making a decision that impacts your energy, your focus, your masculinity, and your future. When you accept that responsibility fully, you stop looking for quick fixes and start building real, lasting strength from the inside out. The second key point is eliminating the hidden saboteurs. Once you identify the 5 fruits that quietly drain your testosterone, it's time to cut them out completely. This isn't about moderation, it's about recognizing that some things don't deserve a place on your plate. Just as you wouldn't pour sugar into the engine of a high-performance car, you shouldn't feed your body foods that wreck its hormonal machinery. Every piece you eliminate creates space for healthier, testosterone-supporting choices to take their place. It's a deliberate, disciplined act that signals to your body and mind, you're serious about reclaiming your strength. The third key point is nourishing your body with intentionality. Removing harmful fruits is only half the battle. The real transformation happens when you add the two powerful fruits that support testosterone production naturally. These aren't just snacks, they're strategic tools. They deliver essential nutrients, stabilize your blood sugar, and provide antioxidants that protect your cells. Incorporating these fruits consistently trains your body to thrive, not just survive. Over time, you'll notice more stable energy, better focus, improved physical performance, and a sharper sense of vitality. The fourth key point is consistency over intensity. Most men fail not because they lack motivation, but because they rely on short bursts of effort rather than steady, lasting change. True transformation happens when you commit to daily, repeatable actions that compound over time. Choosing the right fruits, day after day, might seem small, but those small choices build momentum. They send a clear message to your body, this is the new standard. And when that standard is maintained consistently, your hormones respond, your energy stabilizes, and your masculinity is fortified from the inside out. The second key point is about eliminating the hidden saboteurs that silently work against your body's natural testosterone production. These are the fruits that most men consume with good intentions, believing they're making healthy choices, yet behind that sweetness lies a trap. The modern food environment has conditioned us to see all fruits as universally beneficial, but the truth is more nuanced. Some fruits are loaded with excessive natural sugars, while others contain specific compounds that can interfere with hormonal balance. When these fruits are consumed daily, they create a subtle but consistent disruption in the body's natural rhythm. It doesn't happen overnight. It's gradual, so gradual that you might not notice until you start feeling more tired, less motivated, and less driven than before. That's why identifying and removing these silent saboteurs is such a crucial step. Imagine your testosterone production as a finely tuned engine. It needs the right kind of fuel to run smoothly and powerfully. Now, picture pouring a sticky, sugary substance into that engine every single day. At first, the engine still runs, but slowly, residue builds up. Components clog. Efficiency drops. Eventually, it struggles to perform at the level it once did. That's exactly what happens inside your body when you regularly consume the wrong kinds of fruits. High sugar intake spikes insulin levels, and elevated insulin is one of the fastest ways to lower free testosterone. Your body shifts into a fat storing mode, your hormonal balance tilts, and your masculine energy begins to dull. The more frequently these fruits appear in your diet, the more damage they can do over time. This isn't just about sugar, though. Some fruits contain natural plant estrogens or compounds that mimic estrogen in the body. When consumed in large amounts, these can throw off the delicate balance between testosterone and estrogen. A slight shift might seem insignificant, but hormonal balance works like a scale. It doesn't take much to tip it in the wrong direction. Even a small daily habit can build up into a significant hormonal impact. By continuing to consume these fruits, you may be unknowingly giving your body signals that work against the very hormone that fuels your strength, focus, and vitality. Eliminating these saboteurs is not a casual decision, it's a conscious act of self-respect. It's about looking at your kitchen, your daily habits, and your automatic choices with fresh eyes. It's about asking yourself, is this helping me or harming me? And being brutally honest with the answer. The moment you identify which fruits fall into this category, the power is back in your hands. You can remove them entirely, cut the invisible chain that's been holding your testosterone levels down, and clear the path for your body to function at its full potential. This step requires discipline, because these fruits are often sweet, convenient, and woven into routines. They may be part of breakfast habits, post-workout snacks, or evening desserts. But every time you choose to remove one, you're making a powerful statement. You're no longer willing to let small, hidden choices chip away at your energy and masculinity. Over time, the impact of this decision compounds. Your insulin levels stabilize, your hormonal signals become clearer, and your body is no longer fighting an uphill battle against itself. It's also important to recognize that removing these saboteurs creates space. When you eliminate the wrong things, you make room for the right ones. By cutting out the problematic fruits, you're clearing the way for nutrient-rich, testosterone-supporting options to take their place. Your meals become cleaner, your energy more consistent, and your hormones more balanced. This isn't about deprivation, it's about alignment. It's about ensuring that every single thing you consume is either neutral or supportive of your goals, never destructive. Once you fully commit to eliminating these hidden saboteurs, you stop relying on guesswork. You're no longer hoping your body will function optimally while feeding it conflicting signals. Instead, you create an environment where your testosterone can thrive naturally, without interference. You're no longer pouring sugar into the engine, you're giving it premium fuel, and the difference in performance becomes undeniable. This step might feel challenging at first, especially if these fruits have been part of your diet for years, but the payoff is immense. It's the foundation upon which every other change will build. The third key point is about nourishing your body with intentionality, a step that separates those who merely remove harmful habits from those who actively build strength and vitality. Once the hidden saboteurs are eliminated, the real transformation begins not through restriction, but through purposeful nourishment. This is where the power of two specific testosterone-supporting fruits comes into play. They're not just random healthy options, they are strategic allies that work with your body's natural rhythms to enhance hormone production, stabilize energy, and create an internal environment where masculinity can flourish. Many men make the mistake of thinking that simply cutting out bad foods is enough. While that's an important step, it's only half the equation. Your body isn't designed to thrive on avoidance alone. It needs the right inputs to perform at its peak. Think of your system like fertile soil. Removing weeds is necessary, but if you don't plant strong, nourishing seeds, the soil remains empty, and eventually, weeds grow back. In the same way, if you don't replace the harmful fruits with powerful alternatives, you leave your diet incomplete. The key is to intentionally add foods that supply the nutrients, antioxidants, and natural compounds required to support testosterone production at a deep level. The right fruits can have a profound effect on your hormonal health. These testosterone-supporting options are typically lower in sugar, rich in essential vitamins and minerals, and packed with compounds that reduce inflammation and support cellular function. Chronic inflammation and unstable blood sugar levels are two major enemies of healthy testosterone levels. By choosing fruits that help regulate these factors, you give your body the stability it needs to keep testosterone production strong and consistent. Nutrients like vitamin C, zinc, and various antioxidants found in these fruits can help reduce oxidative stress, which otherwise can disrupt hormonal signaling and damage the cells responsible for hormone production. Incorporating these fruits isn't about occasional snacking, it's about making them a consistent part of your daily routine. When you eat them regularly, they start working on multiple levels. First, they provide immediate nourishment, giving your body a steady stream of essential compounds. Second, they gradually reshape your internal environment, lowering inflammation, stabilizing insulin levels, and optimizing the conditions for testosterone to thrive. Third, they reinforce a mindset of intentional living. Every time you reach for one of these fruits, you're not just eating, you're making a deliberate choice to support your strength, energy, and vitality. It's also important to note that these beneficial fruits have a cumulative effect. One serving won't transform your hormonal profile overnight, but consistent daily consumption builds momentum. Over weeks and months, your body begins to respond. Your energy levels become steadier throughout the day, your focus sharpens, and physical performance improves. These aren't sudden, dramatic changes, they're steady, powerful shifts that grow stronger with time. They reflect a body that's finally being given the right resources to operate at its best. Adding these fruits with intentionality also creates a positive feedback loop. As your hormonal balance improves, your cravings shift. Instead of constantly seeking sugar-laden, quick energy snacks, your body starts preferring nutrient-dense options. You begin to feel the difference in how these fruits affect your mood, stamina, and recovery, which motivates you to keep making the right choices. This is how habits solidify not through sheer willpower, but through experiencing real, tangible benefits. Another crucial aspect of this key point is variety and consistency. While focusing on the two most powerful testosterone-supporting fruits, you can also build a broader foundation of supportive nutrition. Pairing these fruits with healthy fats, proteins, and vegetables creates balanced meals that further stabilize hormones. It's not about rigid dieting but about creating a lifestyle where every food choice aligns with your goals. Each bite becomes a step toward greater strength, sharper focus, and sustained vitality. This process of nourishing with intentionality is empowering because it shifts the focus from what you can have to what you choose to give your body. It's a proactive mindset. Instead of reacting to low energy or declining strength, you're taking charge and feeding your system the raw materials it needs to thrive. Over time, this becomes second nature. The act of choosing these fruits becomes a daily ritual, a reminder that your health is in your hands and that the foods you eat today shape the way you feel tomorrow. The fourth key point is about consistency over intensity, a principle that often determines whether real transformation takes root or fades away after a short burst of motivation. Most men begin their health journey with enthusiasm. They make bold promises, overhaul their routines overnight, and expect immediate results. For a brief period, everything feels possible. But then life happens, work piles up, stress builds, routines get disrupted, and the initial intensity starts to fade. This is the point where most give up, not because they lack strength, but because they build their foundation on sudden intensity instead of steady consistency. Real, lasting change doesn't come from a single grand action. It comes from the daily, deliberate choices that stack up over time. When it comes to supporting testosterone naturally, consistency plays a crucial role because hormones respond best to stable conditions. Your body doesn't thrive on chaotic swings between all in and completely off track. It thrives when it knows what to expect, when it's regularly fed the right nutrients, given proper rest, and supported by steady habits. Think of it like training a muscle. You don't build strength by working out one day with extreme effort and then doing nothing for weeks. You build it through repeated, manageable effort that gradually compounds into undeniable power. Consistency with dietary changes, especially regarding testosterone-supporting fruits and the elimination of harmful ones, works the same way. It's not about eating perfectly one day. It's about making the right choices day after day, even when motivation is low. Each time you choose the supportive fruits over the harmful ones, each time you make a deliberate decision to nourish instead of sabotage, you reinforce a powerful pattern in your brain and body. Over time, these patterns become automatic, and what once required effort becomes your new normal. One of the most common mistakes men make is expecting instant results. They might cut out harmful fruits, add the right ones, and after a week, wonder why they don't feel dramatically different. But hormonal balance doesn't shift overnight. It's a slow, steady recalibration process. The body needs time to detox from old habits, adjust to new nutrient patterns, and rebuild stability. This is where consistency matters most during the quiet weeks when change is happening beneath the surface, even if you can't fully feel it yet. It's like planting a seed. You don't dig it up every few days to check if it's growing. You water it regularly, give it sunlight, and trust the process. Staying consistent also builds mental resilience. Each small daily decision is like a vote for the person you want to become. When you keep making those votes, day after day, you develop discipline, not the harsh, restrictive kind, but the steady, confident discipline that comes from aligning your actions with your goals. This discipline spills over into other areas of life. You start noticing that the same mindset you use to consistently nourish your body begins to shape how you approach work, relationships, and personal challenges. Consistency builds identity, and identity sustains change. It's also important to acknowledge that consistency doesn't mean perfection. There will be days when schedules get disrupted or when old habits try to creep back in. The key is not to let a single slip derail the entire journey. Consistency is measured over weeks and months, not minutes and hours. One mistake doesn't undo the progress. What matters is returning to the routine the next day, without guilt, without hesitation. This mindset keeps the journey sustainable and realistic, allowing real transformation to unfold gradually. Another powerful effect of consistency is how it recalibrates your internal signals. When you eat the right foods consistently, your energy levels stabilize, cravings diminish, and your hormonal balance improves naturally. Your body begins to trust the routine, and in response, it functions more efficiently. Testosterone production becomes more stable, not because of a single intense action, but because the environment you created through daily habits consistently supports it. This kind of internal stability is what leads to lasting results.